Hi and welcome to Filmi Talk. Today we have with us the dashing young Rohit Vijayan, model of today, star of tomorrow. Tell me about your upcoming movie, Ettekaal Second.
In Ettekaal Second, I'm playing a negative role. I wouldn't say it's a proper negative role. It's got a negative shade to it.
Okay.
So a lot of people define the role which I've done as a villain role or whatever. I wouldn't do that. So basically, because of certain circumstances which he's dealing with or which he had to deal with, he shows certain traits in him which a lot of the people in society wouldn't accept.
Okay.
So that is how the whole line of my character goes.
So you wouldn't call yourself the villain, though. That's
no,
how
but in short, if you want to describe the whole movie, it's the story is based on love. So love story, there'll always be a character which you can define as villain, but other than that, it's not like the old movies where you see, there'll be a hero, heroine, and the villain. But I play an important role in this movie where if you take me out, the movie doesn't make any sense. So, and with a strong, I would say he's a romantic person with a very strong negative side.
Okay.
That is a role which
So
I
that
play.
makes it very interesting.
It does.
Okay. How did you land this role?
Well, I had gone for a Cochin Fashion Week and I was not taking part in, but I actually had gone there to watch the program. And associate producer of this movie, Pavitra Krishnan, she saw me and we had a talk and she asked me whether I was interested in movies. So I had told her I was, but I was not doing any projects then. I was more into modeling. I was doing a lot of TV commercials and print ads. That was my... So it was not like, I was coming in front of the camera for the first time. So I sent her my photos and Pavitra then later showed this photo because they were actually looking for a person who could play this role. And they didn't want the typical villain look too. So I'm guessing I don't have that.
No, you don't.
So they were looking for that kind of... and director was not satisfied with the other people. They've been auditioning and stuff. So Pavitra sent the photos and then director came, Kanagaragon sir gave me a call and he asked me to come for an audition. So that was my first proper movie audition. So he gave me the script.
What about Mumbai Police?
Mumbai Police actually, that happened after this. So Mumbai Police, I'm doing, it's compared to, it's a smaller role, but it's I'm in Prithviraj's team in that. But when you take the screen space and time, I'm doing a lengthier role in this particular movie. So the photos were sent to Kanagaragan sir and he called me up and he's like, are you interested how passionate I was? He asked me those questions and I came to Trivandrum for the audition. And he gave me, so he wanted me to do the scene. So first thing he gives me was a 2-page, like a long scene. So I was like, do I have to do the whole scene? He's like, no, just do a bit. Then I did that and he was quite happy with the whole thing. And they gave me confirmation after 2 days.
How did you get into modeling?
I was doing studies. I did my schooling in Bhavans. So in 12th standard, if my memory is not wrong, we had an inter-school fest and one of the, I think it was a choreographer for the dance who came to choreograph the dance group, saw me and was like, why don't you be a part of the, fashion show, which was happening. That's when I first did my inter-school fest fashion show thing. Okay. And then second one was in Kannur and then it started happening. I was very lean then. I don't know what made them think that I could be in this part of the industry, but then I started getting into modeling and then I started working out and everything fell into place.
What do you think makes a good model? What's more important, a good body or a good mind?
Both. It has. I think everything in life there has to be a balance, right? So when it comes to modeling too, there's no point having a good physique. You can do ramp shows and stuff, but modeling is the growth in the industry is very limited. What happens to every model in the industry? They want to get into movies, right? And I always feel that even actors who've made it big, they've got substance. It's not just the looks. Looks will take you to a limit, but to go beyond that, you got to have that substance in you.
Okay, so what kind of attitude would a perfect model have?
Can-do attitude, definitely. And I think it's a package. Okay, so I'll tell you. When I was doing modeling, I had always this thing in mind that I need to get into movie industry because that is the only way that modeling area could kind of flourish. So that's when I kind of started going for small auditions here and there and started grooming myself. Then I started getting print ads. Then I did a couple of first national commercial which I did was for Reliance CDMA phone, which was launched in 2002. I can't remember. So then I kind of liked the whole scene, being in front of the camera. It became an addiction. So I made it a point. I need to get into movies.
Okay. Will you share your workout regime with us? I'm sure your fans will want to know.
That was supposed to be the secret of the whole thing. But I'm not like a hardcore, like what do you say, a person who always hit the gym like 2-3 hours. No, 45 minutes a day.
Okay.
Maybe five times a week. That's it. But I control my diet. So when I go on holidays, I'm completely off it. But otherwise, I love the whole. I'm very much interested in dieting and stuff. Actually, that helped me in the movie because they wanted somebody to do this role who's kind of. That's what I said before. Like, it's not the villain. They wanted somebody who was like a polished, romantic person with a negative side to him.
Okay.
So that's where it all kind of paid off. My workouts and stuff.
Okay. So you think that
See
fitted?
how I kind of went away from the workout routine stuff. I didn't want to give it out.
Okay. But you think that kind of fitted in with your persona?
Actually, it did. But it was a good experience. So, like in the movie set, like I was saying that they made sure that my diet was like still going on the way it is and stuff, and the whole to work with the whole team to talk about the movie. For me to work with 3 cameras, like I was in front. I don't know whether you're aware of the thing. The whole movie was shot with 3 cameras. So usually what happens is every scene is shot from 3 different angles, right? They close up, mid shot, and long shot. In this, what happened was they angled 3 cameras simultaneously, so there's no retake of the same scene. It's easy. It makes things easier, but for me, doing that for the first time, I was like, oh, I need to deliver the dialogue properly now. So that tension was always there, but it was a really good experience, and the team was very cooperative. Padma Surya, I became very close to Padma Surya actually after the movie, but even when the movie was happening, I used to ask him that because he's done a lot more movies than I have. So that was.
You've acted in a couple of television commercials, right? So how is acting in a commercial different from acting in a movie?
Oh, it's completely different. Like commercial, it's a very you don't kind of hold on to that particular character for a long period of time, right? So actually, Padma Surya and his cousin brother Arvind, they directed a TV commercial which I actually did for them. It was for chips, I think, some food product. It was a couple of years back. So what I noticed was it's a complete different scene that happens in 8 hours, 10 hours. That's over enough. But this, you come for every schedule or whatever every day, and you got to come back into that character. And when you see the movie, it's. I don't have that. Padma always say that people when they look at me, they always feel I'm arrogant and I'm not approachable. But I'm not like that. I'm very approachable.